Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell them. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. How to code, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles. Man, truly excited about this one. Truly excited to share the nuggets that you're going to get from this one. Excited to have Mr. Max Bozeman II on with us. Great guy doing some great things. And first, I just want to say thanks so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles.
For sure, I appreciate it, Chip. Thank you for having me. It's always an honor to be a part of platforms that persons like yourself create, and also extend to people like me to get the additional exposure through your audience, and just kind of learn from you, even while we're sitting here talking. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm gonna just throw this out there before we get rolling. Really, before we hopped on, we kind of did, kind of a get to know and talk some things. And I'm gonna just warn the audience that even before we started the interview, I already got some notes that I'm taking. So y'all get ready, okay? Get ready. But first, if you don't mind, just share with the audience, a little bit about, who you are and what it is you do, so they have an idea of, who is Max Bozeman II.
Right. Well, I am Max. I'm 39 years old, father of three, from Houston, Texas. I am, a few years ago, somebody coined me as a serial entrepreneur. And so I've kind of rolled with that ever since. But more than anything, I have a passion for business. I have a passion for entrepreneurship. I love creating opportunities to provide services to meet people based on the need and based on the demand. I love the creativity of just making something out of nothing. And just stretching myself in any particular, area of business, and just making it happen. A lot of times, I find myself, kind of dabbling into different industries just to kind of see what I really can do, and I really don't feel like there's nothing I can do. And so, more than entrepreneurship now, at this point in my life, entrepreneurship is beautiful, but it's just a tool. It's just a resource for me to be able to be the leader that comes with being an entrepreneur, the leader that comes with being a CEO, where I'm able to build up other people, where I'm able to sow into communities and sow into the lives of people who are part of my brands, and just being a servant, being a servant leader. And so that's what my life really is all about. And it's been a blessing. It's been a long journey. I've been an entrepreneur now for almost 20 years.
Wow.
Since I was 19. And so I'm a OG, I guess they say, and I'm ready to retire. But people like me don't retire. We keep going. Because there's always work to be done. There's always people that need the leadership and the guidance. And so I'm inspired at this stage in my life to just continue inspiring. So.
Love it. Well, what are 3 things you've accomplished in your life that you're proud of?
3 things that I've accomplished in my life that I'm proud of is I would have to say number one, fatherhood. I don't know if that's an accomplishment or not, but I think that's the overarching uh, accomplishment that I would say, and not just being a dad, but being a father. And
It's a
and
difference.
and it's a difference. And so, you know, it's hard in my case when you're not, married to the kid's mother any longer or at all, and you have these businesses that take up so much of you. I had to figure out how to be a father because it's not simple. It's not a matter of just writing a check every month. It's not a matter of just buying gifts and presents. It's figuring out how to be the man that your kids need and being everything that you are to the community and to the businesses and to the city and to the world. You have to be all of that and more for those three kids, to that son and to those two daughters. And so I would say being a father, fatherhood. Then another, I would say, of course, just being able to have the longevity, uh, in this entrepreneurial journey of mine. A lot of, some people, you know, tried and they gave it their best shot and it maybe didn't work out for them. I've been blessed, like I said, to be 20 years in and
Yeah.
still going. And so, and I've, you know, opened up several different companies, made a little money, and I'm able to take care of my family. And so I would say that would be number two as far as accomplishments. And then the third, I would say my my victory over battling cancer.
Mm.
I would definitely say that was probably the third greatest accomplishment, because things could have been different, and when you get diagnosed with stage 3 cancer out of the blue, while you're in stride, and it's not like, I'm an older guy. I'm in my 30s, when I got diagnosed, and just recently opened up a new restaurant and trying to figure out how to navigate through the whole COVID situation, which took the world by storm. Then my world got taken by storm by being
Right.
diagnosed with cancer. And so to be able to go through that process, which was a difficult process. I don't want to make light of it. At times it was hellacious, but I was able to overcome that within a year or so. And I'm here today to be able to just be a living, walking testimony of what fortitude uh, and faith and the love of family can do. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We're hearing you talk about your journey, hearing you discuss the amazing things that you're proud of. I would consider that to be hugely successful. So let's hit on success. What is your definition of success?
Oh man, I I kind of that's a tough question, right? And that's like the first question that everybody asks anybody that has some sort of success. And so, because it's not a one sentence answer, right?
Oh no, it's deep.
Success is so is it it's I would say this, right? I would say that success is really getting to a place of self satisfaction, of knowing that you did the best you could do to become the best person that you can become, not only for yourself, but for the people around you.
I love that.
If
I
I
love
had to
that.
give a one
Yeah.
sentence answer, that's
Yeah.
what I would say based on my perspective of what success is.
I like that. And it's so true. Like you said, like it's really not a one sentence answer, and it's deep because it's
Yeah.
layers to it. I think
Right.
for
Right.
me, it's a reflective piece because you can have little successes
Right.
that gain to be big success. So I mean, I think
Correct.
it's lots in there, but I love how you put it. Just the place of self-satisfaction, because I think if you prioritize what's important to you, if you dive 2 feet deep in that thing and
Right.
work your tail off to achieve whatever it is that's important to you, then
Right.
you gain a level of accomplishment and knowing that, hey, that is success because that's what's important to you.
And you did the best you could. And
Yeah.
that's the key. It's knowing that you did the best you could.
Mhm.
And if I do the best that I can in any particular area or any particular, situation, then I'm okay with knowing that, I have a self-satisfaction. And
Yeah.
then it's also, for me, uh, it has to be something bigger than yourself. You have to,
Ooh, come
it
on.
has to benefit more than just you. It has to impact more lives than just your life. And so that's really how I measure success. And to be perfectly honest, it's not even about your net worth. It's not about the size of the house you live in, the cars you drive, your bank account. It's about how did I use my life, and uh, like you said, all those different layers.
Yeah.
How did that impact the people around me for the better?
Come
And
on.
so and that's just how I look at success.
Man, I guy myself growing up at a church, man, I almost hit you. Come on, Max, preach. Hey, come on, man. Uh, so good. But what I want to do now is, if you don't mind, I'd like to throw out like 3 phrases or 3 words at you, and you just talk about what comes to mind or to heart when you hear these words or phrases. You good with that?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get it, man. All right, so the first phrase is there is no limit.
Well, like I talked to you before, we were first getting to know each other. There are absolutely no limits. There are perceived limits, but not true limits. And so a lot of times, what separates those who are actually able to really uh, reach that level of success, what separates those persons that are able to reach that level versus those who don't, um, is the fact that the ones who don't know too much, right? And so I'm gonna go somewhere with that.
Come on,
Um,
come on.
a lot of times as adults, we're too smart, and it's hard to unlearn an adult. We know too much that causes us to think that we're not supposed to, or we look at reasons why things may not work, or we look at the obstacles or the challenges rather than being ignorant to the things that we think are barriers, which are limitations, right? And
Received.
so for me, I was the youngest gas station owner in the state of Texas at 23 years old. People say, well, how you end up getting a gas station? I tell them because I didn't know I couldn't. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to, right? And so if I had that mental limitation that says, hey, you should be an old, Indian or Pakistani guy that's supposed to have, then maybe I wouldn't have went after owning a gas station.
Mm.
But and so sometimes we have to have those brake failures in our life. And when I say brake failures, I'm speaking of to like a vehicle, to where you're forced to have to keep going because you can't stop on your own. And so But yeah,
Man,
so
let's go. All right. The second one is opportunities bring opportunities. Mm,
opportunities bring opportunities.
yes.
Yeah. Uh, I like that actually. And it's so true because most of, if not all, the things that I've been able to do in life is because I just started. And and it's the blessing sometimes isn't just starting. And you know, I grew up in church. I'm a PK preacher kid. A lot of times, you know, God, He doesn't show us the whole vision at the very beginning. He doesn't create, you know, the whole picture for us, the whole strategy. He just shows us the first step to take. And it's in us having the faith to take that first step that He reveals the next step. And sometimes we have to look at opportunities like that as well. When we take advantage of one opportunity, uh, we're able to show that we believed and we had faith that that could work, and we're able to show we had discipline. We're able to show we had commitment. Um, and so I think that it's it's really just the way that I feel like I've grown and I've seen the people around me grow. Um, uh, a shark doesn't start out a shark, you know, in the
Mm,
ocean. They start off very, very small fish that eat a certain diet and take advantage of certain, yeah, you know, meals, and then they grow. And then the fish that they used to eat when they were smaller are not the same fish they eat when they get a little bit bigger, right? And you got to eat a little bit bigger fish to be able to go to the next level. And so it's just all a process that I fell in love with, and I believe is essential to ultimately becoming the best that we can be.
I love that. You get on the process, and it's so true. Um, the process is amazing. You talked about the taking a step and having a faith. Made me think of a Martin Luther King quote. You know, you don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. You know,
Right,
just have
right.
that faith. And so um, it's so true. And then I'm gonna go back to how you said perceived limits. You know, like you may think, well, not, I don't know, we don't, just like you said, well, no, just I didn't know I was supposed to. I didn't know that no, there was a limit, so I'm gonna own
Yeah,
a
yeah,
gas
yeah,
station.
yeah,
Like it ain't no
yeah.
limit.
Nobody ever told me I wasn't supposed to. So hey, you know, let's do it.
Let's do it, man. All right, so the last one I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna pause before I give you this one because this is the good one. Okay, this is the good one right here. So the last one is legacy.
Oh man. Uh, and so that's what I'm living for right now. I'm living to continue to build a legacy and leave a legacy, uh, you know, for my kids, my family. Legacy is so important because it almost it's you know you may have heard the quote before. Um, if I sit you on my shoulders, you can see further than I can, you know? And so that's, to me, that's what legacy is. It's making sure that my ceiling is my children's floor. Uh, and so and and not just my children, but the other people who are connected to me. Is making sure that, hey man, wherever I end, that has to be the starting point for you. You shouldn't have to start where I started, you know. And so my goal is to make sure that the people who are connected to Max Bozeman II, I'm creating a platform to put them on my shoulders so that they can see further than I can. And we talked about earlier how exposure expands expectations. And so they now will be able to be exposed to more than I can be exposed to, because now they can see more expansive than I can, which means that the expectations in life should be a lot greater than mine. The dreams should be bigger than mine. The aspirations should be bigger than mine. The goals that they set for themselves and for the people who they love should be greater than my goals. And so to me, that's what it's all about. It's legacy is it. I mean, if you really want to just get boiled down to it, for me, that's it. It's legacy. What is it that, and it's not about what they say about me once I'm gone. It's not about what they say about me when I hang my hat up. It's more so about how did I affect the people beyond Max. If you didn't know who Max was, what seeds did I sow that may not take sprout until 50 years from now, 100 years from now. You can't determine when the harvest comes. You're just responsible for sowing the seeds. Some you may see, we're in the Black History Month, right? The seeds that Martin Dr. King sowed, he couldn't see. He didn't see the harvest, but we're living in it every day right now, And so that's to me the perfect example of legacy, even in his case, and that's what I aspire to do with the way that I live my life every day.
Man, so good. Ooh wee, so good. Well, as we close, I'd love for you to have an opportunity, just to discuss, some of the things that you have going on now and where the audience can follow you. I see on your jacket there, you got a name right there.
Yeah.
I'd love for you to share, with the audience what that's all about, and then, share your social media so they can, check you out and show you some love.
All right, for sure. Well, like I said earlier, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman. One of the more public businesses is I'm the owner of the Greasy Spoon Soul Food Bistro. I opened that restaurant up. Coming up, it'll be 3 years next month. The brand, and so I've grown to 3 locations within 3 years. And so you can check me out. A lot of people say a lot of different stuff about me. Some say it's the #1 in the city. Others might say something else. But I've just been blessed to continue to be a part of different communities around the city in Pearland, which is where my latest brick and mortar is. North side of 45 and 1960 is the original location. And then I also have an express location in Midtown that I recently opened a couple of months ago. And so my plan, of course, is to continue to expand the Greasy Spoon brand throughout the city, the state, and the country, actually, as well as some other hospitality, some restaurant and hospitality concepts that'll be forthcoming as well. Of course, you can follow me on social media. My name is Max Gets It In, MAXGETSITIN on Instagram, and it's Max Bozeman II on Facebook. And then, of course, the Greasy Spoon, you can find us at the Greasy Spoon HTX, as in Houston, Texas, on Instagram. And on Facebook, it's the Greasy Spoon Soul Food Bistro. And so I kind of make sure that I intertwine everything that I do between all of those social media platforms. And so you see one, you'll see everything. And I'm just out here just trying to do my part and keep building this legacy, man.
Nah, you doing it, brother. You doing it, man. Well, I just want to say again, thanks so much for taking the time to hang out and interview with the Success Chronicles. And I wish you continued success.
No, I appreciate that, Chip. And thank you for having me. I don't know if you still doing, book signings and book tours and all of that. I don't know how recent you may be working on another one by now, but if you're still, working that first book that you've written, or however many you've written, for that matter, you got to come out to one of the locations and pop up, man, like on a Sunday when everybody in there after church and just kind of, share what you have with the people in the community so that they can, support and bless your ministry as well.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much
Yeah.
For all that you do and how you do what you do. And that's definitely we're gonna talk on that. That's a great idea.
Nah, for sure. For sure.
But thank you, and thank you guys for checking out this episode. We'll see you next time. God bless.
Thank you.
Go get it.